Did you know that our entire understanding of the universe could hinge on a philosophical debate from centuries ago? Welcome to Unboxd Origins. I'm Howie, your resident science geek and accidental trivia sponge.
And I'm Wyatt. I ask the big questions. Sometimes philosophical, often skeptical, always curious.
Today, we're digging into how did the philosophy of science change our understanding? Picture this. It's the late 16th century, and the scientific revolution is bubbling like a pot of hypotheses on a Bunsen burner. Enter Francis Bacon, the man who decided that science needed a methodical approach to avoid falling into the trap of folklore and superstition. Bacon proposed empiricism, the idea that knowledge comes primarily from sensory experience. His method, the precursor to the scientific method, emphasized observation and experimentation. It was like giving science a manual with instructions: observe, hypothesize, experiment, conclude. Simple, yet groundbreaking.
Ah, bacon. Not just for breakfast, it seems. But let me interject, Howie. While Bacon was frying up his empiricism, wasn't there another strand of thought brewing? Something a bit more deductive?
Precisely. Descartes, the I think therefore I am guy, was advocating for rationalism. Descartes believed that reason and mathematical thinking were the keys to uncovering truths about the world. It was the classic battle of do you trust your senses or your reason? This set the stage for a deliciously philosophical debate on how we gather knowledge.
And yet here's the twist. Neither approach alone could fully answer the mysteries of the universe. It was the fusion of both that gave birth to modern science as we know it. Newton, for instance, used both empirical observations and rational mathematics to formulate the laws of motion and universal gravitation. A blend of Bacon and Descartes' philosophies, wasn't it?
Absolutely, Wyatt. Newton's synthesis was a turning point, but let's fast forward to the 20th century where things get a bit quirky. Enter Karl Popper, who proposed falsifiability as the demarcation of science. For Popper, a theory was scientific if it could be tested and potentially proven wrong. It turned science into a game of how can I prove myself wrong, a radical shift from just collecting data to actively challenging it.
Aha! Now that's intriguing, Howie. It's as if science moved from being a collector of truths to a seeker of errors. Popper's philosophy ensures that science remains dynamic and self-correcting, doesn't it?
Exactly. This philosophical evolution means that science is always on the move, never static. And let's not forget Thomas Kuhn, who added yet another layer with his idea of paradigm shifts. Kuhn argued that scientific progress isn't just a steady accumulation of facts, but rather occasional revolutionary changes in perspective, like the shift from Newtonian physics to Einstein's relativity.
So, Howie, it seems that philosophy has played quite the unsung hero in science's story, shaping not only what we know, but how we think about knowing it.
And there you have it, folks. The philosophy of science has been like the hidden scaffolding, supporting the grand building of scientific knowledge. Each philosophical turn has nudged science towards a more robust understanding of the natural world.
Which means that our quest for knowledge is as much about asking the right questions as it is about finding the answers. A true testament to the power of human curiosity.
If you found this peek into the philosophical side of science enlightening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your fellow curious minds.
Remember, the universe is a vast puzzle, and it's the questions that often hold the most intriguing pieces.